Welcome back, guys. This is another episode of A Shocking Good Time. I think this is episode 4, I believe. We have Jimena, and then we got Destiny over here. Today's topic is going to be Corgi Clubhouse. We have a baby hog right here.
He's our
joining
Corgi.
us for our show, so we have special guest, Hog Rider. So, yeah.
Okay.
Destiny, I don't know if you have any questions for us. But
I do. So usually I'm behind the scenes, but today I got peer pressured to host. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So we're interviewing Corgi Clubhouse, and we have a few questions. I know myself, I enjoy when Huggy comes to the office. He's like the office baby right now. Everybody's, oh, my turn. I want to hold him.
Yeah.
He's like, it's enough, ladies. Enough.
He's like, let me sleep. So we kind of want to get to know you guys as far as what's the origin of Corgi Clubhouse and how did you guys get started?
So I guess I could answer that question.
Yeah.
So the first time I got a Corgi was about 5 years ago. I wanted a Corgi really bad. I was still in high school. And I just saw them around, and I started watching YouTube videos on them and things before I like to plan ahead of time before getting something. So I was looking up on YouTube like what like their characteristics are. I mean, what's the biggest thing that I guess a Corgi, what makes a Corgi, I guess, and I just really liked him, so I started following this guy on YouTube called Vlogs After College. His name is Ryan. He had a Corgi. He got his Corgi from out of state. He picked him up, and he's had him for about 10 years now. So that was kind of how I guess Corgi Clubhouse came to be. I mean, I got my first Corgi. His name is Theodore. He's about 5 years old. This year he's gonna be 5 years in October, which is
Next week.
Yeah, he's gonna
his
be
birthday.
yeah,
I'm
his
throwing him a party. Stay tuned.
Yeah, his birthday's next week. So
Yes. So he had Theo, and we kind of like talked about it like later in the future that we wanted to have our own, little corgi farm. So we found a female like a couple years back, and she was a puppy, so she growing up and stuff, and it just came time where like they were gonna breed, so we just kind of tried it out.
yeah, I didn't really think about using Theo as like for breeding and things. As I mean, it's 5 years now. I mean, this is our second litter, so it's taken a couple years, a few
Yeah.
years before we started doing all this. I mean, I asked a lot of questions before I started doing it. The breeder that I actually got Theo from, I still talk to her. She's Theo. I got him from Missouri, so the lady's from Missouri. She does a lot of I guess they're called competitions. It's not like agility or anything like that, but it's more like just like the look of the corgi. She does a lot of those
Through
competitions.
AKC or
Yeah, it's through I believe it's through AKC. But
Okay.
shout out to them. Their kennel is called Corgi Schmorgi Kennel. So if you guys want to
Corgi
check out where
Schmorgi.
Theo came from, that's where
Sounds
Theo's
like
from. So
dessert.
yeah,
Yeah.
Corgi Schmorgi. Yeah,
It's
she
catchy.
has a lot of good looking corgis, and Theo's mom, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she is a black tri corgi. So she's black fur, and his dad is red. So exactly what this color is. So
Yeah.
in that case, corgis, they have actually like 3 different types of colors that they come out as. Red, and then they have sable, which is it's like a mixture of black and red. Usually their back is black and their legs are like brown.
Oh yeah.
And then their faces has a little bit of red in it too. And then there's also black tri, which is black and white. So
Hint of brown.
it was pretty cool. I mean, when you breed a black tri corgi with a red tri, you get a mixture of both. So it's pretty cool.
But yeah,
I
so
went off.
basically that's how we started, just to go back on track.
Yeah, sorry, I went off on a little tangent there.
But it kind of leads into my next question. So I was wondering, like, what is special or unique about the corgi breed, like versus like me personally, I've never seen a breeder other than like Frenchie, the Dachshunds.
Yeah, they're very
Frenchies
are
are
very popular. Yeah.
I kind of feel like the corgi breed got popular a few years back. I see them in a lot of commercials and things. But the thing that makes them special, I guess,
I think they're like
their characteristic.
whatever. Yeah, that, and like a lot of people want them because of their sassy little booty, like the corgi butt, the Instagram corgi. Like, yeah, they just have
They have a butt.
They got a
their
booty.
booty. Yeah, their booty. And then just like all like the features that they're just like sassy or like judgy. Like there's so many videos on Instagram that it's just they're funny. They just talk about like the corgi features. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
They shed a lot. Like there's 2 times.
It's called corgi glitter, by the way, not glittering. It's glitter.
It's glitter.
Corgi
yeah,
glitter.
It's a lot.
Yeah, no, they do.
So kind of Gigi, she was pregnant recently. She had her litter.
Yes.
So what's it like taking care of and expecting mommy doggy? And the puppies. You guys' adventures with baby
Oh.
puppies.
Jimena, I'll let
What's
you-
that
I'll let you
like?
answer- I'm gonna let you answer that question.
So the first litter with Cheekies, she actually had 10 puppies, which is really crazy. She got so big, and of course we just started, seeing her slow down as like the time went on because she was getting bigger. We try to like feed her the best food and make sure she has enough water. Keep her with us, so we're always like watching. She actually came to work with us and here in the office, so we were watching her and stuff. And yeah, I remember staying up really like we would do shifts like so I had the night shift where Elijah would sleep and I would take care of the puppies when they were born. And then I would sleep for a little bit and then he'd help me and then I wake up and take care of them again. So that was really hard with that litter. And with the second litter, with Gigi's litter, she had 5. And we kind of, we got a little bit better, how we're gonna do it instead of like the mom being with them all night. We took them away, so we can sleep for a couple hours, wake up, and then, feed them, and then just do that. So that was easier for
Oh,
us.
I don't think you gave me enough credit on that first litter. I felt like I helped out
No,
a
he
little bit
did.
more.
He did. I'm just saying we took turns, so it was hard for both of us.
Yeah. So we tried that first method that you said, keeping the mom with the puppies at all times. That is very hard to do. If you're out there like wanting to start your I guess
And
your own
going
your own kennel,
to work.
definitely do your research on it. I mean, watch YouTube videos. I always watch YouTube videos. It's very helpful. There's a lot of things that you can't control that happens with the puppies when they're born. I mean, that's just out of your
Yeah.
control. Like there's birth defects that can occur, I guess. Yeah, and there's also just sickness that come up with the puppies. So, I mean, it's just there's
just
a lot of
unexpected
lot of
things that you have
variables.
to remember.
Yeah. So I guess the first 2 weeks of them being like born, it's more like a survival mode. Unless they're really just healthy puppies. I mean, it just depends. You really got to watch them the
Well,
first 2 weeks.
So no, I mean, especially with like the mom having more, like 10, it would, not all of them were the same size. Some of them were really small, and some of them were like bigger. So we had to just make sure they all like made it, like eating enough, so they're, growing how they're supposed to. With Gigi's, she had all 5 like pretty much the same size. So we just noticed, they were all growing like together the same and stuff. So it was pretty good on that with the feeding. But yeah. Next question.
So the puppies now are how old are they?
They are gonna be 9 weeks this Sunday. Yes.
So with that, that's when you guys start looking for potential adopting families. So like, what do you guys look for in a potential adopting family?
So I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, we reach out to the people. I mean, there is certain things that we require. We have a contract that we do. It's a mutual contract. I mean, we require them to. Oh, it's not really a requirement. We pretty much tell them to do it just for the benefit of the dog. It's just
And
a health check with their vet. I mean, it's just to make sure that they verified that our puppy was healthy. We take our puppies to the vet when they're 8 weeks old, and we do a health check with the vet and just make sure that they're healthy. They give us pretty much a sheet that says, okay, your dogs are healthy when you brought them, and we give that to all of the families that we send the dogs home to.
But
So,
as far as like looking for for them to inquire for a puppy, we obviously will want to talk to them a little bit and like get to know them, kind of check why they've been, they're looking for a corgi, just make sure they have good intentions, of course, with the dog and stuff. And we want to make sure they go to good homes and they're loved.
I honestly, like, going back to that, I guess I prefer if the new puppy owner has had dogs previously, because that gives them a good a good understanding of what it is to take care of a dog too. So the cool thing is there's been a couple people that have bought a couple of corgis from us, and they had corgis already, so it was pretty cool to see
Yeah.
that.
So
They-
yeah, some of them come and they're like, we just want a friend for our corgi, you know, and just
Yeah.
they're lonely. So yeah, I know it's been nice, like, you know, getting to know families also like that have the same interests as you as far as the corgis, and you know, just making sure they go to good homes and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's very rewarding seeing them like growing up, like from the first litter already. Seeing like all the updates and stuff, and knowing that they went to good homes makes me feel so good. Like, you know, it's rewarding.
Yeah.
So what has been your most like memorable adoption? Is there a family that has stood out, or a couple, or your favorite doggy that left?
I don't know. I feel like I like them all just differently, but like I have a lot.
Yeah.
Stood out.
I didn't have a. You talked about memorable, so I guess I do have. This is our second litter, so we don't have very much like stories, I guess, but we did have one puppy. I really liked. It was it was a girl. It was a girl. Yeah. She passed. She didn't make it. She had a condition called
I think it was
she hydrocephalus. So she had a condition called hydrocephalus.
it was pretty bad.
And I didn't know when she was born that she had it. I mean, I just thought she was just the runt, and I mean, so I mean, we took care of her. We bottle fed her. Like none of the other dogs
Yeah.
had to be bottle fed. It was just we did that the best we could. She got to the 3rd week, and
She just
she
was
just-
worsening
she
and not
had-
growing as
the hydrocephalus pretty much had the condition is there's more water in the head than there is actually brain. So she didn't have a lot of going on up there, I guess, and she just struggled a lot compared to the other puppies. So when she passed, it was pretty hard, and
yeah.
I guess that's gonna be one of my memorable puppies that I had to take care of for sure.
She has a special place in our heart. for
Yeah.
sure. We cried a lot.
It was
I
sad.
took her to the vet, and I mean, they're used to seeing like all these cases, but for us, it was just like so heartbreaking. Just
Yeah.
Was that something new that you guys experienced? Has any but like of your other puppies had a condition?
No, and
not
I'm
like that.
thankful
No,
that
yeah,
thankful that I mean, there's little things that come up, like
yeah.
I mean, parents, like the previous parents, they'll have certain allergies, and you'll see little things here and there. I mean, I haven't done it enough to like pinpoint everything, but
Yeah.
I mean, as it comes up, we learn a little bit more about our dogs. It's pretty cool to see all that. I guess you really know your dogs when you start doing all this. It's pretty cool.
So, how far? I know there's some people that travel across the country for pets and things like that. Has there been anybody like that has come out of state, or what's the furthest that a family or couples or individuals have come to adopt one of your puppies?
We had the last litter. There was a couple that came from Nevada, so it was Carson City. That's not that far. I mean, I believe it's like 5 or 6 hours away, but still, I mean, they came from out of state, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um,
for their puppies. So
Yeah,
they
so
just feel,
I mean, that also shows us like that they'll go above and beyond just to get the dog that they want. So that just shows me that they're going to take care of that dog too. So I mean, driving 5 to 6 hours for a puppy is a long way.
It is.
So
Driving,
yeah.
right?
I don't like driving. I don't like long road trips. So I'm
You're
just
like 2 hours is good enough.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that was another thing too. When they came, it was I think it was on a Saturday. No, it was on a Friday.
Friday, yeah.
It was on a Friday, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna leave." And it was like at 3:00 in the afternoon already. I was like, "Man, that's late. Like, if you guys have a 5 or 6 hour drive, you're gonna get here around 8 or 9." So they got there late, and as soon as they got there, they picked up the dog and left. Like,
For sure.
Yeah. So, what kind of advice would you give to someone when they're looking into adopting a puppy or somebody that has a new puppy? Like, what are some tips, tricks, or anything like that has helped you guys?
do exactly what I did. I'm not saying I did everything right, but I did what the other people said to do as well. I mean, I looked up a lot of YouTube videos on the dog or what's expected out of a normal corgi's life. I mean, they shed a bunch. I'm telling you, like that's the part that I had to get used to. They have small legs. That's another thing that you definitely need to look out for. I mean, over time, there is going to be potential health issues with their joints and things if you don't take care of them when they're younger.
Yeah.
If they're jumping off of high spots
Yeah.
or whatever, that's going to affect their joints when they get older.
So just, making sure like everything that comes with the corgi, so the whole package.
Yeah, and
But
just
loving them.
yeah, yeah, and just it's also, I mean, what comes with corgis and depending on the type of dog too. I mean, with Theo specifically, I kind of feel like Theo's like the troublemaker. He'll get himself into situations where he gets hurt. Like there was a couple times where he plays rough and he's a small dog, but he's compact. And there's been a couple times like I've had to take Theo to the vet because he broke a nail. Like his nail broke all the way up into like where his paw is, and it was very painful for him. So
Yeah.
I mean,
We've been to the
basically,
vet quite a lot for
yeah.
Theo's.
Basically, if you're gonna get a dog, like be prepared. Like I mean, I would
to be
say,
responsible. Yeah.
be responsible, and also if you can't financially take care of the dog, I mean, with dog food, I
Maybe
mean, there's
it's- yeah.
shots that they need, and also like random like emergency situations. I mean, if you're not prepared for those things, I would definitely recommend not getting a dog in general. It's
just until you're ready. And that comes also like with a lot of people tell us about like you shouldn't breed dogs and this and that. They bring out all like the negative, like this just So I mean that also goes into that. We make sure we do everything right and we send them to homes that are gonna take care of them. So I don't know if you want to elaborate on that.
Yeah. So first off, I mean, if there's anybody that has anything bad to say about us doing what we're doing, and as far as like us breeding these dogs, we take very good care of our dogs. So I don't like explaining myself to people that have just random things to say about us.
Yeah, but
I pretty much ignore those negative comments. We're always gonna get them, So, but just to elaborate on that situation, we do take care of our dogs. I mean they. All the way up until it's time for them to go home. It's very we're watching them all the time and making sure that they have what they need.
And I still follow up after.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You're
like to
send
know.
me a Christmas card.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that situation with people saying negative comments and things, it can relate to anything in life. I mean, when you're doing something for yourself or
No, but I'm talking about like as far as like responsible breeders. That's what I'm trying to say. Like elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah.
With people saying people are irresponsible and stuff with breeding, and that comes with all these dogs on the street. They don't take care of their dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we focus on like making sure they have the best lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. And go to good homes.
Yeah.
So probably in closing, like what advice would you give to somebody else who is maybe interested in starting their own breeding business?
Definitely, like if you're gonna do it, like that's pretty exciting. I definitely recommend anybody that is a responsible dog owner that really kind of feels like they're set up like with their pups or with the pups they have currently, and they feel like they can take on this type of thing. Like I said before, even with getting a new dog, I mean, just do your research on the dog and make sure that you can facilitate what you have first, and then before adding more things, I guess.
Same thing with getting a puppy. I mean, just making sure you're also prepared for like emergencies or like just expenses that come up and stuff like that. So and also being in touch with where you got maybe your previous dog. That's like how Elijah's still
definitely
in touch with his
stay in touch with your the other breeders that you've worked with, like as far as getting your dogs, because they know a lot about the dogs that they have, and they'll be able to tell you a little bit more about the puppy that you got from them. So it's very important to stay in touch with them. And like I said, that's why I shouted out Corgi Smorgy Kennel, because she's really cool. She's I've it's been like 5 years, but I still send her pictures of Theo and stuff. When Jimena and I got married, I sent her pictures of Theo in our wedding. So that was pretty cool to be in touch with her still.
GT's breeder as well. Moon Corgis and Kerman, we still stay in touch with her as well, and I love talking to her. She has good tips, and we bounce back and forth. More ideas and stuff, collaborations in the future and stuff. So we're excited as well to be working with her.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any puppies left from this previous litter?
We have one puppy, a female. Yes.
She actually has somebody coming to look at her on
Saturday
morning. So she might honestly be sold, but we just gotta we get to meet the new potential.
Yeah, we meet with them.
Yeah, we kind of talked to them before them taking them home. So
okay. So we'll for sure tag you guys, tag your page. If you're interested in a puppy, reach out to Elijah and Jimena. They have an Instagram page. I think it's
Corgi Clubhouse LLC. Is it the LLC at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corgi. Actually, no, there's no Corgi. There's no LLC. Just Corgi Clubhouse.
Oh, as a username, Corgi
It's
Clubhouse.
just Corgi
I don't
Clubhouse.
remember anymore.
Yeah.
We'll tag it. So if you're interested, there's one baby left.
And future
Hoggy.
litter coming up. Yeah.
Hoggy's unavailable.
Yes.
Hoggy.
He is officially reserved.
we didn't talk about Hoggy. Talk about Hoggy.
Yes.
What stood out to
Okay.
you
so-
about
He's
him?
so
Why did
tired.
you
It's
guys
his nap time.
decide to keep him?
Yeah, so Hoggy is very tired. He actually got an allergy shot this morning. We took him to the vet.
Oh, that's why he's like, I'm
like-
sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hoggy probably isn't feeling the best right now. I'm probably laying back down. But Hoggy,
Let him sleep.
I liked Hoggy and I wanted to keep him because of his colors. His colors were a lot different than the rest of the dogs in the litter. Go ahead, Bubby, lay down.
He's asleep, standing up.
Yeah, he is.
There you
No,
go.
he's chilling.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Yeah, he liked it because of his color.
Yeah,
Like
so his
he
color
was lighter.
Lighter. There's some corgis that are a little bit more red than this when they come out, and they end up being a little bit of a darker red.
Which was Theo, right? When he was a little bit more darker.
Yeah, so it was a little bit different to see his color be like this. Like it was really light, so that's why I liked him. And yeah, as far as his name, the origin of his name, I named him Hog Rider. The
I
name,
didn't approve,
Yeah.
but I got it.
the name comes from a game called Clash of Clans, and I used to play it a lot in high school. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I just named him that. It was just funny.
Stuck.
I named him Hog Rider because he has a stripe. He has a white stripe down his head.
What's thicker, so
Right
that's
here.
why it matches
And
the
then
character.
a Hog Rider has a Hog Rider character in the game has
It's
a
like
mohawk. It's a black mohawk, and he has a white one. But I named him Hog, so that's his name.
It goes- He's like, that's enough about me. I'm tired. But yeah, let us know if you have any questions.
All right. So I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up now. But if you guys do you guys want to add anything else? Or
I think we're good.
no. Okay. So like I said, we'll go ahead and tag their page. If you're interested in their last baby, go ahead and reach out to them. Thank you guys for coming on the podcast.
Thank you. Bye, guys.